a terrible shooting night, right? He went 0 for 11 from the field, 0 of 6 from 3, and many people are outraged that he wasn't able to score. Now, there's a couple things and a couple takeaways from Russell Westbrook in that game that I wanted to talk about and highlight. Number one, look, first off, you're right. Russell Westbrook going 0 of 11, it can't happen. It's inexcusable. He's got to find ways to score. He's got to find ways to put the ball in the hoop. Him going 0 of 6 from 3, I'm not really bothersome by, because they were giving him wide open shots. You have to shoot those shots. You have to. You're wide open. You got to shoot those shots. And the reason you got to shoot those shots is because if you don't, you mess up the entire flow of the offense, right? When he's wide open, guys are getting ready. They're boxing out. They're getting in position to try to, catch the miss in case he misses the ball. And it just, if you don't shoot the ball, then everyone's just standing around and now the offense gets broken up. Now you're running into shot clock violations, or you're trying to jack up some silly shot at the end of a shot clock, and it's just not good basketball. He's wide open, shoot the ball. I will never knock a guy for shooting a wide open three. I don't care how bad from three he is. You're wide open, shoot it. We saw a couple times where he didn't want to shoot it, so instead he put the ball on the floor and tried to create something, and it led to a bad shot from somebody else, or Russ, trying to get to the rim and couldn't, and just throwing it up, and then now he still missed anyway. At least if you shot the three, maybe you make it. Maybe, we get the offensive board and we're in a position to get a good putback, or, we get back into the shot clock and now we can get in position. It's the same thing with Ben Simmons. Same reason all the sports analysts, all of the gurus, all those things were telling Ben Simmons, you got to shoot the ball. If you're wide open, you got to shoot the ball. Whether it's on the interior, whether it's from three, you got to shoot the ball, even if you miss it. It's why every NBA player that is teammates with him tells him he's got to shoot the ball. You got to shoot the ball. Because if you don't shoot the ball, you mess up everything. It is actually worse for you not to shoot the ball than it is for you to just shoot it, because it puts us in a position to, at least try to fight for a board or get back into the flow of offense or get back on defense, things like that. So Russell Westbrook has to keep shooting the ball. Great example, LeBron James, 0 of 6, right? Well, how come no one said anything about that? Yes, it's because LeBron is a better shooter, and they're leaving Russ wide open for a reason, but still, he's got to shoot the shot. Just like LeBron, if he's wide open and he's 0 for 6, he still shoots the shot. Now, I don't think LeBron should be taking 10 threes a game, but still, nonetheless, it's what it is. And now, outside of that, he needs to find ways to score and be effective. If he's going to shoot, 3 to 4 threes a game, okay, that's fine. I don't think he's going to go 0 for 6 every game. Can he give us, 30% from three to where he's respectable? That would be pretty solid, right? 30% from three isn't the greatest, but for a guy that can't shoot, that's really good. It's really solid. And he was 33% in the first game, and he was, 0% in this game. So hopefully he can average out through the law of average, right? But he needs to find other ways, or the team needs to run sets and stuff to find other ways to get Russ to be effective. Now, I don't think he's going to go 0 of 11 regularly, as much as many people I'm sure think he is, and as much as many people think he's not going to score. The dude averaged 18, 7, and 7 last season, as, and what many people believe is his worst season ever, and in game one, he put up 19. I don't think he's going to be a guy, but he needs to be around, 15 to 20 points, and the Lakers can't be a three-man show. It can't be Russ, LeBron, and AD, or LeBron, AD, and Walker. We have to have contributions from many guys, and we have to start knocking down shots. I don't think we're going to shoot 20% from three the entire season. I just don't. It's just, we'd have the worst three-point shooting percentage in history. I don't see that happening, or at least in the modern era. We'd have the worst three-point shooting. And so I don't think that's going to happen. Even LeBron has shot terrible from three. I imagine he's a solid shooter. He's going to come around. Guys are going to come around, right? It's just repetition. It's just get your feet under you. It'll be okay. We'll figure that out. I don't think we're going to be a great elite three-point shooting team, but I think we'll be fine. And Russ has got to find ways to score, which if guys start knocking down shots, will make it easier, because he'll be able to get to the basket easier to be effective, to put the ball in the hoop. But outside of that, he was great in every other way. Outside of scoring, he was fantastic. And all summer long, all I heard is, you can't teach a dog new tricks. You can't change the stripes on the tiger. Russell Westbrook's never going to change. Russell Westbrook's never going to do that. And guess what? At least for the first 2 games, he has. He played solid defense. He helped us stay in that game against the Clippers and put us in a position to win that game on several occasions. He had solid moments throughout the game in the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, the fourth quarter. He was great in every single way except for scoring. If he could put the scoring and that defensive display that we saw against the Clippers together, we might have a really solid player. And I am somebody that likes to give credit when credit is due. I don't think it's good that he went 0 of 11. I don't. But him playing defense and buying in and committing is the one thing everybody said he wouldn't do. And I sat here the entire offseason and said, give the man a chance. Let's see. He says he is. In preseason and in practices, he was trying. He was making attempts. Everyone was like, oh, this isn't going to happen when you get to the regular season. Well, guess what? Russell Westbrook has proved you wrong so far. Now, can he maintain that over an 82-game season? I don't know. We'll see. Will he kind of resort back into his old ways? I don't know. We'll see. I do think Darvin Ham needs to give him like 10 minutes a game to just go be Russ, because I think we need that right now. I think we need a Russ-generated offense just to get things going. I'd like to see Russ and LeBron not play as much as they have. I'd like to see Russ, give Russ his own lineup. Whether you start him, bring him off the bench, whatever, I think you need to dedicate at least 10 minutes a game to just allowing him to kind of just go be Russ. And then that would require Russ, though, to be able to distinguish and separate the two. Okay, when I'm with these guys, I have to do this, right? I have to play within the scope of the offense. But when I'm with these guys, it's Russell Westbrook time. Let's go. Let's get off to the races, because we need to run. The way we're going to beat teams is defensively, because we have a really good defense so far. So defensively and just getting out and using our speed on the fast break. Russell Westbrook is our biggest factor in that. So why not utilize him in that manner? Why not just let him get the ball and go, right? Make a play, do stuff like that. You don't want him doing that over an entirety of a game, but you could survive 10 minutes a game of him doing that, and he'd probably keep you in games, or if not, extend leads or get you back into games, things like that. I think that Darvin Ham needs to just at least test it and see if it helps, because you do have a guy that is a nonstop motor and engine. Why wouldn't you allow him? Why wouldn't you capitalize on his strengths when that seems to be a need you have right now? You need that. They're not very good in the half court. They're really good when they get out and run. So why wouldn't you allow that to happen with Russell Westbrook? You have the ultimate runner and gunner. Do it. Go that route. And, also that might help Russ continue to buy in defensively and stuff. Because he kind of feels like, okay, cool. Almost like, you're given a treat. Hey, man, you're doing great. Go. You got 10 minutes. I need you to go get me 20 points, man. Go do it. And I think Russ could do that. I think Russ is capable of doing that. I really liked what I saw from him in every way except for scoring. If he can put that all together, I think he's going to be really good for this Lakers team. Now, fit, I know, because people are going to say it's not about that, it's about fit. Look, I understand it's a bad fit, but there's no solutions right now. There's nothing coming through the door that's going to save us, at least at the moment. So why not try to make Russ work the best you can, because you're stuck with him right now. I'm sure it also doesn't help when you're at home and you're trying to shoot the ball and everybody in the Staples Center is booing you and just going and gasping. If you look at Russ shooting the ball on the road and at home, it's literally night and day. Russell Westbrook is a better shooter on the road because, he's okay with fans booing him. It's not that they're booing him. It's that the people that should be supporting him aren't. So it's a different mindset. It's one thing when you have fans for another team that are just booing you and it's like, okay, I want to shut these guys up. Watch. But when your home fans are booing you, it makes it hard to find that energy because you're just like, okay, if these guys don't care, why should I care? If these guys, it's not, I'm not saying that that's his mindset. I'm not saying that that's how he's looking at it, but I'm saying you try to do anything in your life and just have somebody that you care for just be there telling you that you're not going to achieve this. You're an idiot. Why are you doing this? Why are you starting that business? You've been working at McDonald's your entire life. Why? All of a sudden you're an entrepreneur? That's silly. Stick to your job. How would you feel? You'd be dude, why do I have you here? Like, what, like, I thought we were friends. I thought we were this. Same thing. Russell Westbrook's looking at it as like, I thought I was a Laker. I thought I had this Laker jersey on. Like, why are the fans booing me when I'm trying to help us win? It's backwards logic to me. It doesn't make any sense. And Russ is finding positives and impacting the game in other ways. He never would have done that. Old Russell Westbrook, if he was 0 of 11 from the field, he was unplayable. Like, you had to take him out of the game. Even in his heyday, even when he was elite, you had to take him out because he didn't offer anything else. He didn't play defense. He didn't set screens. He didn't, fight over the ball. He didn't go to closeout, stuff like that. That's not the same Russell Westbrook right now that the Lakers have. Now, we'll see if he can continue for 82 games. I think he can, and I think he will. Because I think part of it is he has to. He has to show that he's committed. He has to show that he can. Now, do I think that he eventually gets traded? Yeah, I do. I just think based on what we're saying, I do think it's very possible. Unless they just completely have a turnaround. I do think that at some point, if the Lakers... I think it depends on how the Lakers look come like December. If the Lakers are pretty solid, I think Rob will be patient. But I do think Rob, if we're like, say 20 games in, we're 8-12, I do think Rob's going to start like, all right, we really need to find a trade. So I just think it depends on how the Lakers play. But it's not Russell Westbrook. Like, as much as people want to blame Russ has became the scapegoat. We're not losing these games because of Russell Westbrook. Like, Russell Westbrook was arguably the best player in game one for the Lakers. Statistically speaking, he was. And I'm not talking about, just the box score of like points, rebounds, and assists. I'm talking about from like a positive net rating, from an overall efficiency rating, from a plus minus rating. Every rating had Russell Westbrook as the best player on the Lakers in game one. And then game two, he still was very solid. But the shooting and the scoring, he can't do that. He's gotta find ways to score. It is unacceptable to go 0 of 11 from the field when you're Russell Westbrook. A guy that, as a third, fourth, fifth option is able to put up 19 a game. He's got to find ways. If he would have just given us like 7 points, we probably win that game. Like, if he just gave us something, we probably win that game. So he's got to figure that out. He's got to find a way to be better and do better. He really does. He's got to find a way to be a better, find a way to just put it all together. Like I said, he had great overall impact, but he didn't have great scoring night. Like, if he just put up like 10 points, he would have again been the best net rated player on the team last night. But he wasn't because he didn't score anything. He was 0 for 11. So he was technically a net negative. But if he can just figure it out, put it together, put the defense with the offense, I mean, you have like a legit guy. You have a legit third option, and we have a legit big three. But we need other guys to step up too. Again, it can't just be a 3-man night in and night out season. It can't just be Russ, LeBron, and AD. Or Walker, LeBron, and AD. It's got to be a collective effort. Now, I do think Dennis Schroeder, Thomas Bryant, Troy Brown, I think those guys, I'm not saying that they're going to make us a contender or anything, but those are all guys that can put in, especially Schroeder. Schroeder could give you 10 to 15 a night. So there's, 15 points, let's say worst case 10 points. Thomas Bryant can give you 10 to 15 points a game. So there's another, let's call it 10 points. So there's another 20 points right there. Russ, if he can be a, 18 to 20 point a game guy, got LeBron and Davis giving you, they're going to give you 50. So we'll say Russ, let's call it 70. Schroeder gives you 80. Bryant gives you 90. Let's say Walker gives you another, 12 to 15. Let's call him 15. There's 105. Let's say Nunn gives you another 10. There's 115. So, you're right there with everybody. But you need multiple guys to be able to go and give you, 7 a night, or a bench unit that can give you at least 20 a night. Our bench has been terrible. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you agree? Disagree? However you feel, let me know down in the comment section below.